Question 14. A curve C has parametric equations x equals 3 adds 2 sine t and y is 4 add 2 cos 2t. Show that all points on C satisfy y is equal to 6 minus x take away 3 all squared. So if we look at our equation of y is equal to 4 add 2 cos 2t and x is equal to 3 add 2 sine t. Now 2 cos 2t, we can say that y is equal to 4 add 2 lots of 1 minus 2 sine squared t, because we're using the double angle formula, cos 2t is 1 minus 2 sine squared t. So rearranging x to get sine t, we're going to get x minus 3 all over 2 is equal to sine t. And so therefore we can say that y is equal to 4 add 2 lots of 1 minus 2 lots of, let's make this slightly easier by saying x minus 3 squared over 2 squared. So y is equal to 4 add 2, lots of 1 minus now 2, and we've got a 4 on the bottom here. So that's just going to be x minus 3 squared over 2. Y is equal to 4 add 2 lots of 1 is 2, and 2 lots of that is just going to be negative x minus 3 squared. Y is equal to 6 take away x minus 3 all squared. Part B, I sketch the curve for C. It's a little bit trickier than it looks for this one, so if we sketch out a set of axes. Now what we can say is that we're going to have a maximum value of x and a minimum value of x. So our maximum value of x is going to be when sine t is equal to 1, and so that's going to give us an x value of 5. And so when x is 5, we've got 5 minus, from here, we've got 5 minus 3 is 2, 2 squared is 4, and 6 minus 4 is 2. We're going to have a minimum value of x when sine t is minus 1, so that is going to be when x is 1. And so if x is 1, we've got 1 minus 3 is minus 2, and so minus 2 squared is positive 4, and so we're going to have 1, 2 there, so we're going to have that value and that value, so we've got 1, 2, and we've got 5, 2. And so looking at our values of t, t will range between 0 and 2 pi. So when t is 0, we're going to have sine 0 is 0, and so x is 3. And when t is 0 for the y value, we're going to have 2 cos 2 lots of 0, so that's going to be 1. And so you're going to have y is 6. So 3, 6 is going to be our value in the middle. And when we do 2 pi, we're going to get exactly the same values again. So that is going to be 3, 6 in the middle there. So our curve's actually just going to look like that. If we look at part 2, explain briefly why C does not include all points of y is equal to 6 minus x minus 3 all squared. And so the reason for that is because as t is between 0 and 2 pi, x can only be between 1 and 5, as we've just shown in that diagram. In part C. Now in part C, the line with the equation x add y equals k, where k is a constant, intersects C at 2 distinct points. State the range of values of k, writing your answer in set notation. So what we've got is that y is equal to negative x add k. So if we look at this, what we can say from our initial graph, so I'm going to re-sketch our graph over here. If we've got negative x add k, then we know that we're going to have a negative gradient. So in order to go through twice, it's going to have a value of over here, and we're looking at this is going to be our then range of values as our red line up here. So we're looking for a value around here and a value around here. So what this tells us is that one value is there, and so that is going to be where k is equal to x add y, and that point is where k is equal to 2 add 5, and so k is 7. And then the other value is going to be over here somewhere, and we're going to have to use substitution in here. So if I say that y is equal to negative x add k, then we can say that minus x add k is equal to 6 take away x minus 3 squared. By expanding that, we're going to get minus x add k is equal to 6 take away x squared minus 6x add 9. And so Again, all that on one side, x squared minus 7x add 3 add k is equal to 0. Now there are two distinct solutions, so b squared minus 4ac has got to be greater than 0. So we've got minus 7 squared minus 4 lots of 1 lots of 3 add k. See what we get here. So we get 49, take away 12, take away 4k equals to 0. And so we've got that 4k is equal to 37 and k is equal to 37 over 4. So we've got two values here of k is 7 and k is 37 over 4. So overall we've got 7k 37 over 4 as our solution.